Hey, cool. I just finished the class 25 app. Have you?
Yeah, I'm done, and I don't know what to do now.
What are we going to do now that we finished all of our assignments for the semester?
Who knows? I mean, I have MATLAB open right now, but, I don't know what to do. I'm so bored.
Monster.
Oh my god, guys, this is not the coolest MATLAB game ever.
What game did you find, Eric?
I got Connect 4. It's on MATLAB.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's super easy to get. All I did was call 1-800-GROUP-OG, and I got it for $4.99.
That's a great price.
I know.
So cool.
So
How do you use it?
You just pull up MATLAB whenever you're bored. Don't even have to be online. There's no mess, no pieces. It's great.
Cool. Can you explain the rules to me?
The game of Connect 4 is simple. Players utilize the 6x7 board, and they each have a different colored chip. They take turns putting a chip in one column or the other, such as column 1 or column 7. When a player has 4 of the same pieces in a row, vertically, horizontally, or diagonally, they win the game. Players can stack their pieces on top of each other, or next to each other, or any combination of the two. When the whole board is filled, the game is tied, and the players will have to reset the game.
Hello, I am Ronnie from Group G, and I'm going to run through the gameplay of Connect 4 coded on MATLAB. So to start the game, once you run the program, a figure window is going to pop up with the graphics, and on the left in the command window, it's going to display other information. So it's going to display our names and then bring up a menu that will say, will player 1 be red or black? So I'm going to go ahead and choose red. And then from here, we'll say, player 1, would you like to pick a column 1 through 7? So we coded our columns numerically 1 through 7, left to right. So I'm going to put a chip in the first column, and since I am player 1 and I chose red, it will display red. And then player 2, I'll pick in the fourth column, and then as you can see, it will pick black. So the game will run until Connect 4 finds 4 chips in a row. And once that happens, the code will break, and it will display a win message. So as you can see here, nothing has happened so far, but I'm going to keep letting black get closer to winning. And I'm going to let black win now by putting 4 in a row. And there you go. And you can see in the command window that it displays the message, player 2 wins, because 4 chips were met in a row.
Hi, this is Amanda. I'm going to walk you through the code that actually makes this classic board game work. First, we use our setup. So we set the figure to be docked at all times onto the window, and turn off all warnings so that it doesn't get in the way of our gameplay. Next, we load our images on and show them, and then I made a little track matrix to make the coding just a little bit easier further down. So the gameplay itself, the main structure is one large while loop containing 2 small while loops, smaller while loops that dictate each turn. First thing we do, we have a menu statement and a switch statement to determine which color chip each player will use. Into our loop, the first thing that we do, we have a loop for the player 1 move. Player 1 chooses a column, and then a series of if statements dictate where the chip falls on the rows. So the last row will fill first, and the next available row will fill. So that's for each column, and then we get to the player 1 win codes. The game will check the board after each turn for 4 in a row. So this first one is vertical wins, horizontal wins, and then we have diagonal wins going right and down, and then right and up. Because it's indexing from left to right, that directionality is an asset. And then after that, we just do an if statement. If player 1 has won, then we're going to break the code. That way the loop doesn't continue running, and player 1 wins. And the exact same thing is repeated for player 2 with just different variable names. So at the end of player 2, win codes, we also add if the board is full, because we're counting each turn, then we're going to break it. That makes it a tie game in our conditional statements. And if player 1 wins, then if win equals 1, then player 1 wins. And if win equals 2, player 2 wins. And that's our game.
Call 1-800-GROUP-OG now, just $4.99. Call within the next 10 minutes and we'll throw in WAR, coded on MATLAB.